That was Gregory Peck in To Kill a Mockingbird. And to talk more about the film and the Harper Lee novel it's based on, I'm joined again by the author of the new TCM book, But Have You Read the Book?, Kristen Lopez. So, Kristen, this has to be one of the most successful film adaptations of a novel that I can think of.
It definitely is. It's indelible in audiences' minds. You think of To Kill a Mockingbird, you don't often think of Harper Lee's novel first. You think of this film first and then the novel second. If you watch just the film, you're getting this beautiful film about fathers and their children and racism, and it's intense and it's passionate. Then if you read the book, you get more of this look at a small southern town and how it's changing in the wake of the 1960s. And I loved reading the book and just getting to experience Scout going to school and having to deal with racism at her own school as people are asking her about her father defending Tom Robinson. It really does add an extra look at how a town is affected by racism, and it does it in such a beautiful lyrical way that only Harper Lee could write.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to watch the film and also read the book, which is something that people can do when they read your book, But Have You Read the Book? I love in your acknowledgements, you thank the hotel, the Hollywood Roosevelt, for hosting you there while you madly finished your book, and you likened it to Jack Torrance. What was this whole process like in writing and finishing the book under a deadline?
It was tough. I don't know if I would necessarily advocate writing a book in as short a time as I did, but I did it. It can be done. And yeah, being able to work in a great old Hollywood setting really did make me appreciate the Hollywood style of filmmaking, and to really look at these books as examples of making some of the most timeless classics that we've ever had on screen.
So what are your hopes for this book? Do you hope that people will discover a new favorite film, that they will read a book to a classic film that they love, or, all of the above? What do you hope from it?
I definitely would love people to read some of these. I think reading is definitely a pastime that I want more people to engage in, just because it leads to so much wonderful work, both in film and television. I also hope it helps people to engage with classic film in a different way. So if it gets people to watch a movie or read a book, I feel I will have done my job.
Yeah, it'll be job done. And before we say goodbye tonight, I'd love to just quickly mention the film that's coming up next, because I know it's a personal favorite for both yourself and myself, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, based on a book by Anita Luce. Tell us about the difference between the film and the book in this case.
Yeah, Nita Luce wrote Gentlemen Prefer Blondes in 1925, so it's very much a flapper novel, which is shocking to most people, even though the movie itself is based more on the musical version that was adapted from Luce's novel. So you have multiple adaptations happening at play here, and it's a very different world that we're dealing with here. It's happening on a boat. There's a scheme to steal a tiara that involves Lorelai and her friend Dorothy Shaw, played in the film by Jane Russell, having to present a fake. So there's this heist element to it. And of course, our favorite character, Henry Spofford III, who is a child in the film, is a full-grown adult in the book. So it's vastly different than what we're working with here with Howard Hawks' film. And I had never read the original novel, and I was just reading every page going like, what? How is this so different? And it charmed me in all the ways that I was charmed by the original film. Lou still had it all on the page.
Yeah, I mean, she was such a great writer. And congratulations to you, an author yourself, Kristen Lopez. Thank you so much for being on TCM with me tonight.
It has been such a pleasure, Alicia.
It has been a joy for me as well. So that's it for Kristen and myself. But stay watching for the film we just mentioned with Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell. It's Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.